Hello and welcome to GameGen. Soulslike fans, 2025 is looking packed with brutal bosses, punishing combat, and dark, mysterious worlds to explore. Whether you love precise parries, deep lore, or just the thrill of barely surviving a fight, there's a lot to look forward to. From fresh indie takes to ambitious big-budget releases, these upcoming Souls-like games are bringing plenty of pain, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Let's dive right in. Hell is Us. Now, this one is something special. Hell is Us is an action-adventure game that throws you into a surreal, worn-torn world filled with supernatural horrors. It's got a mix of Souls-like combat, open-ended exploration, and psychological horror that makes it stand out from the usual hack-and-slash experiences. The world is designed to be explored without quest markers or hand-holding. Just you, your sword, and your instincts guiding you through the madness. The creatures you face are nightmarish, almost otherworldly, and the combat is focused on precise melee engagements. No guns here, only close-quarters weapons and skill-based combat that rewards patience and mastery. The story is a big mystery, unfolding as you piece together what's happened to this world. Lost Soul Aside. Lost Soul Aside has that perfect mix of Devil May Cry style fluidity and Final Fantasy-like grand storytelling, wrapped up in some seriously stunning visuals. You play as Khazan, a lone warrior bonded with a shape-shifting dragon companion called Arena. This dragon isn't just for show, it transforms into various weapons and even helps with mobility, letting you dash across the battlefield like a lightning-fast blur. The combat is all about stylish combos, last-second dodges, and chaining together some insane aerial attacks. The game encourages aggressive, high-speed action, rewarding you for mastering its combo system and making every fight look ridiculously cool. Boss battles? Oh, they're cinematic, intense, and will keep you on your toes. Withering Realms. Withering Realms is basically Withering Rooms cranked up a notch. Instead of being stuck in one haunted house, you're now exploring an entire eerie town in an alternate 1926, where the dead walk and creepy spirits roam. You play as Clover, a ghost girl who can't interact with the world, except through a badass combat doll that you can customize with weapons like giant swords and chain rocks. The game takes the spooky vibes of the first one and expands it into a full 3D world with graveyards, tombs, and rotting mansions to explore. You'll also team up with Althea, a fearless investigator who's one of the few people who can actually see Clover. There's a big focus on exploration, with massive guardians to take down and even scarier creatures lurking at night. It's dropping in late 2025. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and want to see more like it, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the channel and lets me know you want more content like this. Alright, back to the video. WUCHANG Fallen Feathers. Now, if you are the kind of person who still dreams about Bloodborne but wishes it had more of an East Asian setting, WUCHANG Fallen Feathers might be exactly what you need. This is a Souls-like action RPG inspired by Chinese mythology and folklore, set in the chaotic final years of the Ming Dynasty. Combat-wise, expect a mix of fluid swordplay and supernatural abilities, all while uncovering the tragic stories behind the cursed individuals you encounter. There is still a lot to learn about this game, but from what we've seen so far, it looks like a blend of Sekiro's precision combat with Bloodborne's creepy, gothic horror, except with a rich, historical Chinese setting. If that doesn't sound like a winning combination, I really don't know what does. Elden Ring Nightreign. Elden Ring Nightreign is taking the series in a whole new direction. A 3-player co-op roguelike set in Limveld, a twisted version of Limgrave. Instead of the usual open-world adventure, this one is all about teamwork and survival. You and 2 friends will explore, loot, and level up during the day. But when night falls, the map starts shrinking, and you'll have no choice but to face off against deadly bosses. If you can survive 3 full days, you'll get a shot at taking down the Night Lord, earning powerful relics that carry over into your next run. Progression is session-based, meaning every run starts fresh, but you can collect relics that give lasting upgrades. Combat is also faster, movement is more fluid, and there's no fall damage, making for a more action-packed experience. Elden Ring Nightreign launches May 30th, 2025. Hotel Barcelona. What happens when two of gaming's most eccentric minds team up? You get Hotel Barcelona, a game that's as weird and over the top as you'd expect. This is a 2.5D slasher action game that feels like a mix of a B-movie horror flick and a chaotic side-scrolling beat-em-up. The premises is pure insanity. You're trapped in a mysterious hotel filled with deranged killers, each with their own twisted backstory, and your only goal is to survive the night. The gameplay is fast and brutal, with plenty of weapons to choose from and a combat system that's all about stylish, high-speed action. Expect crazy boss fights, some absurd humor, and some of the most bizarre characters you've ever encountered in a video game. But despite all the madness, there's a method to this game's design. Suda and Swurry have a knack for creating games that are wild yet deeply engaging, and Hotel Barcelona looks like it'll be no different. Crowsworn. If you love Hollow Knight but wish it had more fast-paced combat, Crowsworn is basically a dream come true. This game blends tight Metroidvania exploration with stylish, high-speed action that feels straight out of Devil May Cry. You play as a masked warrior waking up in a cursed land, armored with a deadly mix of scythe slashes, pistol shots, and acrobatic movement. Expect a dark and moody world filled with gothic agriculture, eerie landscapes, and terrifying creatures lurking in the shadows. The game's combat is all about chaining together attacks with style. Dash through enemies, juggle them midair, and finish them off with a well-placed bullet. There's also plenty of upgrades and abilities to unlock, letting you customize your playstyle as you progress. The first Berserker, Khazan. The first Berserker, Khazan, throws you into a blood-soaked world where you play as Khazan, a legendary warrior betrayed and cast aside. Now, he's out for revenge, cutting his way through hordes of enemies in true Berserk-style fashion. The combat is heavy-hitting and methodical. Every swing of your massive sword has impact, forcing you to time your attacks carefully instead of just button mashing. If you enjoy Souls-like combat where dodging, parrying, and punishing enemies at the right moment is key, then this game has a lot to offer for you. Beyond the action, the game's world is drenched in dark fantasy atmosphere. As you progress, you'll unlock brutal new abilities and weapons, making each encounter feel more satisfying. AI Limit. If you love stylish action RPGs with a bit of Nier Automata or Code Vein vibe, AI Limit might be right up your alley. This one throws you into a dark, futuristic world where humanity is on the brink, and it's up to you, an enhanced warrior, to carve a path through biomechanical horrors. Combat here is a mix of precise dodging, fast-paced melee attacks, and strategic ability use. You can wield a variety of weapons, each with its own moveset, and the game rewards skillful play with brutal takedowns. The world itself is a mix of cyberpunk and gothic ruins, filled with mysterious NPCs, dangerous enemies, and lore waiting to be uncovered. It's got that Souls-like DNA, but it's also got a strong RPG progressive system, letting you tweak your build to match your playstyle. Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree. Mandragora is a dark fantasy RPG that feels like something you'd get if you mixed Hollow Knight and Dark Souls with a gorgeous painterly art style. The game drops you into a beautifully grim world overrun by monsters and corruption, where only the strongest, or the most determined, survive. Combat is methodical and rewarding, requiring you to time your attacks, dodge carefully, and use your abilities wisely. Each weapon has a unique feel, and as you progress, you'll unlock new skills to customize your approach to battle. But it's not just about fighting. The game also has rich exploration, deep lore, and choices that shape the world around you. One of its standout features is the setting, which blends eerie fairy tale-like visuals with dark, oppressive themes. Rubinite. Rubinite throws you into a dark and intense world where every fight is a high-stakes showdown. It's a boss rush action game with a unique twist. Ruby, a runaway princess on a path of vengeance, can't just slash her way through enemies. Instead, she has to focus, pinpointing their weaknesses before striking with precision. The game's pixel art is nothing short of stunning, bringing the eerie beauty of the Scarlet Kingdom to life. Every battle is set against breathtaking backdrops, making each fight feel like a part of a grand tragic tale. And as Ruby defeats her foes, she absorbs their power, crafting talismans that shape her combat style, letting you adapt and refine your approach as you press on. Radio the Universe. Radio the Universe is one of those indie games that has been brewing for years, and the wait is almost over. This pixel art top-down action adventure immediately gives off a hyper-light drifter vibe, but with a darker, grungier cyberpunk twist. You play as a mysterious protagonist exploring a decaying city filled with lost technology, cryptic messages, and eerie enemies that feel like remnants of a world long forgotten. It's the kind of game where every encounter feels weighted, forcing you to think fast and stay mobile. But what really makes Radio the Universe stand out is its thick atmosphere, the haunting soundtrack, the unsettling environments, and the sense that you are constantly uncovering something much bigger than yourself. BIONICLE Masks of Power. This one's a love letter to BIONICLE fans everywhere. Masks of Power is a fan-made, open-world action-adventure that brings the legendary BIONICLE universe to life like never before. You'll take control of the Toa, powerful biomechanical warriors with elemental abilities, as you explore the island of Matanui, battle fearsome Rai creatures, and uncover the lore that made BIONICLE such an iconic franchise. The gameplay focuses on exploration, puzzle solving, and combat, with each Toa having unique elemental abilities that affect how you traverse the world and engage in fights. Whether you're using Tahu's fire to clear obstacles or Kopaka's ice to freeze enemies, every player plays a role in shaping how you approach challenges. Alabaster Dawn. Alabaster Dawn is a top-down action RPG where fast-paced combat meets world-building and puzzle solving. Combat is slick and stylish, letting you swap between 4 elements and 8 different weapons on the fly. Think Devil May Cry meets Kingdom Hearts. Each weapon has its own skill tree, so you can mix and match abilities to suit your playstyle. Plus, you'll unlock powerful divine arts for some seriously flashy attacks. But it's not just about fighting. You'll explore massive areas, solve puzzles, parkour through hidden paths, and gather loot to upgrade your gear. As you help settlements grow, the world will visually change, opening up new paths and possibilities. There's even a cooking system that boosts your health and buffs your stats the more you experiment with different dishes. Vindictus Defying Fate. If you're into fast action RPGs with epic boss battles, Vindictus Defying Fate is bringing the heat. This is a fresh reimagining of the original Vindictus, but with a complete overhaul in visuals, combat, and storytelling. What makes Defying Fate stand out is its fluid, weighty combat that rewards precise dodging, well-timed encounters, and relentless aggression. Every battle feels cinematic, with massive enemies towering over you, forcing you to read their movements and strike at the perfect moment. Expect a mix of stylish combos, devastating finishers, and environmental interactions that make each fight feel dynamic. And it's not just about combat. The world itself is filled with dark, mythological storytelling, weaving a tale of heroism and vengeance. I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to leave a comment below if any of these games caught your eye, or if there are other upcoming releases you'd like to hear about. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing for more gaming content in the future. Thanks for watching.